Frustration Becomes Jubilation. New VA Health and Benefits App. By Tracy Farrow. Frustration. When it comes to vision loss and VA, that word could cover a multitude of subjects. I wish to cover just one, along with an ensuing remedy that for me is most dramatic. The source of the frustration was my healthy vet. Perhaps that is all I need to say to this specific audience, but, in a nutshell, this innovation has been a disaster for people without sight, leaving a sour taste in our mouths. There is a group of folks at VA who have taken on the challenge of making things a whole lot better. We met some of them at the convention, while others have been involved in beta testing, with the goal of developing a user-friendly app that is accessible. Whatever their connection to the development of this mobile application, some well-deserved praise is coming their way for how they set new goals for accessibility and made it happen, thus alleviating frustrations of all kinds for the present and very likely for the future as well. Although the goal was to develop an app that could be used by a smartphone, still the wave of the future, the big plan was for all the information to be available after only 4 clicks. With that in mind, the next step was to move what was or is available from My Healthy Vet to an app for either a phone or tablet. I am not certain how well this worked in the Android world, but, for iPhones and iPads, the results have been phenomenal. Taking nothing away from the accomplishment, there is one annoyance that is being worked on and will hopefully be resolved soon. To better understand where I am coming from, go to the Apple Store on your phone and download the VA Health and Benefits app. To make doubly sure that it is the right one, there will be a logo of a blue square with VA in it. The next step is the setup, which is the problem VA is currently attempting to remove. This problem involves the requirement to use a credentialing service. My Healthy Vet, ID Me, DS Login or login.gov to verify our status as veterans. Then, of course, comes the 2-factor authentication. It's a pain in the neck, but we can do it once and then not have to go through everything again. Once logged in, we can detect 4 tabs on the bottom of the screen: Home, Benefits, Health, and Payments. Select Home first. As we navigate, swiping left to right, the first thing we always encounter is an option button to contact the crisis line. This is self-explanatory. The next buttons are Name and Branch of Service, allowing us to know that we are in the right place. After that are updates, if any, followed by About VA, Contact VA, Find a VA Location, and COVID updates. All of these are self-explanatory. The next tab is for Benefits. This tab will relieve a lot of stress throughout the BVA population. Many of us have open claims and cannot get in touch immediately with the Veterans Service Program folks at BVA National Headquarters. This is because they are super busy handling claims. As it now stands, every time a person wants an update, the National Service Officer, NSO, must take that on and spend time answering a question that is at our fingertips. If you go to the Benefits tab, there are currently only 3 selection buttons: Disability Ratings, Claims, and VA Letters and Documents. The Ratings button has all your ratings and percentages for each condition or disability. This information can be very helpful to any qualified NSO to help answer questions. The Claims button has 2 selections, one for active claims and one for closed. The contents of those huge envelopes we have received in the past, the ones with all the pages we cannot read and often must take to someone else to read to us, are available right there on a computer screen. VoiceOver or a screen reader will read them aloud to us and we do not have to wait for the mail. With 4 simple clicks that require less than a minute, we can have our answer, versus waiting for a return call from an NSO. In addition, you can check this every day if you wish. The last button is the one we need for the tax relief letters, commissary authorizations, proof of service, and more. Depending on the particular need and the information requested, we can filter and tailor-make what appears in the letter. If registering a car, for example, the Department of Motor Vehicles may have us print directly to their printer or send an email to them right there. The Health tab is also filled with options that make our lives easier. The first button relates to our VA appointments. Do we want to take a vacation at the last minute but can't remember when that appointment is scheduled? Again, forget the phone, click 4 times, and you have what you need. The button also has our past appointments, so that we can schedule a new one if it is time to do so. Next is the Messages button. This one allows us to send secure messages to nearly anyone within the VA system, but definitely to our primary care manager, VIST coordinator, pharmacy, and other vital services. We can add attachments, type a message, or perform several other functions. These are secure, fast, and reliable. Please try them out. Next up is the prescriptions button. Since I do not use Department of Defense pharmacies, I do not have anything available through this option. Many of you, however, should be able to view your prescriptions and refill them if available, totally managing the process. Vaccines are the next option. This button will bring up all the vaccines VA knows about. If I obtain a vaccine at a DoD facility, the information is shared. However, if I get a flu shot at Walgreens, for example, I can take that record into VA and they will upload it for me, or I can send a secure message with that attachment to my primary care manager, and it will be there. This is great if I am traveling out of town and need to show proof. Last up is the COVID updates. This option is very comprehensive and can be reviewed for situational awareness. The final tab shows payments. This has any payment that VA has made to us and can help with balancing our physical and mental checkbooks. When showing another individual the benefits of this app, please use some caution. We may not want to show this tab since there are no secondary menus from which to choose. The information just pops up, and it may not always be information we wish to show others. One of the biggest updates being worked on right now is the update for travel payments. The goal is to get reimbursements linked to appointments and have payments go through automatically. As with anything else, it must be built and tested first to ensure that another frustration like My Health Event does not rear its ugly head again. Road test this app and you will find that your frustrations have been lowered considerably. The change may end up being so stark that the frustrations quickly turn into jubilation.